on Yard Car. We're going to be checking out a new project that Bruce is working on. He's going to walk you through that, and we're going to get a little update on the 1965 Ford Falcon project he's doing. Also, a recap from last week. We ran into another problem with the yard van, so we're going to have a little bit of coverage on that as well. Stay tuned and check it out.
Okay, we have a 2016 Ford Fusion we've just put in the shop. It has just over 10,000 miles on it. One of our customers saw it on the auctions website and they asked us to purchase it for them, so we did that. And we're also going to fix it for them. We went out, we bought another Fusion that was hit in the passenger side, so it has all the parts we need on the driver's side for this one. So what's going to happen is when we get this finished, we're going to be way less expensive than going out and buying a new Fusion or even a used Fusion with only 10,000 miles on it. So our customer is going to save a great deal of money through this process and have a really nice car that looks and runs and drives like new. So the door was smashed and wouldn't open. Yanked on the door handle really hard and it wouldn't open. So we got a pry bar out, pried on it a little bit, still wouldn't open. So I got the ear chisel out, peel some of the skin back so we could see what was going on inside, see if maybe the latch was stuck or something. Nothing was stuck in there, it still wouldn't open. So I unbolted the hinges on the front, wiggled the door around, still wouldn't open. So what I found out is that the inner panel of the door and the door jamb had folded together like an accordion, and I had to get the pry bar in there and pop those two apart, and then we were able to get the door open and take it off. Now inside, once we got the seat and the trunk liner out, we could see that the floor in this car is real nice and straight. There's just one little spot that has the slightest little pucker to it, and we're sure that'll all come out when we give it a pull. No marks in the roof. The package tray panel up underneath the back window is perfectly straight. There's no damage there. So the damage is pretty much limited to the front of the quarter panel here, and the back is smashed in, but none of the inner structure is really damaged at all. So we're going to take our used quarter and mount on this car, weld it all in according to factory specs, put the doors on it, paint it, and it will look like new.
So last week we saw John and Bruce fix the wheel on this van, and well, I went out and broke it again. Well, I was coming through here looking for a Cobalt, put some headlights back, and there's a little bit of a puddle with a great big hole at the bottom of it, and the van bounced through that pretty violently. I was against the roof, and then it kind of returned to its aforementioned state.
So update on the Falcon. Had the transmission cross member installed. Used the factory mount on the back of the transmission and put a little bend on each end of the tubing. Used a piece of roll bar tubing. Fabricated a couple brackets out of the same tubing that I built the frame rails out of, and tried it where the floor pan is going to come out. When I get it installed, we're going to have plenty of room to wrap the exhaust around the transmission up over top the cross member, so we won't have anything hanging down below the car. Also, we've added electric power steering out of a Saturn Vue or Chevy Equinox. If you look on eBay and YouTube, it's a very popular conversion. They're putting it on everything from hot rods, street rods, all the way down to lawnmowers. The Saturn Vue / Equinox, you buy a little box off of eBay, and it's about $60, and it makes it all self-contained. Gives force feedback according to how hard you steer the steering wheel, how much force it puts in. And it just, nice clean setup. You don't have to try to run power steering hoses, find a power steering gearbox, try to mount a power steering pump on a motor that didn't have one. It just makes a clean and tidy installation.
And now we'd like to take a moment away from our regularly scheduled program to have a word from our sponsor.
Did you know that we ship to the entire United States, including Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico? And if you're in Ohio or nearby, you'll usually see your item within 2 business days.